Rachel thought she was paying for Photoshop month to month. The terms said she'd signed a year-long contract. So when she went to cancel in month 2, Adobe quoted her an early termination fee, hundreds of dollars, half of everything left on a plan she never knew she was on. Here's the thing. Canceling was never meant to be free, and the FTC alleged Adobe kept that fee out of sight until the exact moment you tried to leave. You can get out without paying, if you move inside the refund window and know which plans carry a fee. Almost nobody does, which is the point. And the fee Rachel could see is the small problem. The average person's real subscription bill runs about $133 a month higher than they'd guess, hiding in plain sight. Stay to the end for the one line that makes all of this perfectly legal. And the rule built to stop it, killed a week before it started. Every one of these traps runs on the same machine, and it has 4 moving parts. Part 1, the default. When you subscribe to Adobe, the plan it pre-selects for you is called Annual Paid Monthly. It looks monthly. It bills monthly, but it's a 1-year commitment, and the FTC alleged most people never realize that because the commitment is buried while the monthly price sits front and center. Part 2, Disclosure as Cover. There's a federal law here, the Restore Online Shoppers Confidence Act, ROSCA, and it requires 2 things. Clearly disclose the important terms and give people a simple way to cancel. Here's the trick. Disclosed can mean small print and a hyperlink you have to hover over to find. The FTC alleged Adobe's early termination fee lived in exactly that kind of fine print. So your consent was technically obtained. Technically. Part 3, the ambush. You don't see the fee when you sign up, you see it when you try to leave. So let's do the math. The FTC alleged the early termination fee equals 50% of the payments left on your contract. Cancel in month 2 of a 12-month plan, and you owe half of the remaining 10 months. Hundreds of dollars, the FTC said, to quit something you believed was month to month. That fee isn't a penalty for breaking a rule, it's a retention tool. Make leaving cost more than staying. And that's the version with a price tag on it. The other version doesn't bother with a fee. Part 4. Where there's no fee, there's friction. The New York Attorney General alleged SiriusXM required you to reach a live agent to cancel, then ran those agents through a 6-part script with up to 5 offers to stay. By SiriusXM's own data, cited in the suit, canceling took an average of 11.5 minutes by phone and about 30 minutes online. The lawsuit alleged 578,000 people gave up in the queue over 2 years. A New York court found that process violated ROSCA's simple cancellation requirement, while finding it was not fraudulent or deceptive. Every extra page, every extra offer, every minute on hold is another billing cycle you didn't choose. Here's what most people don't realize. C+R research found Americans estimate they spend about $86 a month on subscriptions. The actual average is $219. That gap, roughly $133 every month, isn't all waste. It's spending people have simply lost track of. Money hiding in plain sight. And the friction's entire job is to keep it that way. And this is where it stops being an accident and starts being the design. In 2024, the FTC wrote a rule, the one everybody called click to cancel, that would have forced a single thing. Canceling has to be as easy as signing up. It was set to take effect July 14th, 2025. On July 8th, 6 days earlier, a federal appeals court vacated it. Not because the court ruled the idea was wrong, it never reached that question. Because the FTC had skipped a required economic analysis step in writing it. A paperwork technicality killed the one rule built to end the maze. The industry groups that challenged it walked away with exactly the outcome they wanted. They didn't break the law, they got the law that would have protected you thrown out. Here's what most people don't realize about why this works on careful, intelligent people. $9.99 a month doesn't register as $120 a year. Your brain prices the month, not the contract. And your subscriptions are scattered on purpose. One on a credit card, one on your phone bill, one on a debit card you barely check. Autopay means you consent once and forget forever. C+R. Research found that 42% of people admit they stopped using a subscription service but forgot they were still paying for it. The complexity isn't a side effect. The FTC alleged Adobe routed cancelers through pages of unnecessary steps. The New York AG alleged SiriusXM's script existed only to delay. And the people who pay most are the ones with the least time to sit on hold for half an hour, and the least likely to hunt down a hyperlinked fee before clicking subscribe. Rachel didn't miss the fine print because she was careless. She missed it because the fine print was built to be missed. So here's the verdict. Adobe agreed to settle $75 million in civil penalties and $75 million in free services, while denying it did anything wrong. SiriusXM is appealing, and the roughly $133 a month hiding on the average statement is still there, because the rule that would have surfaced it is gone. The one line that makes all of this legal? It's that disclosed and simple are doing almost no work. A fee in fine print still counts as disclosed. A 30-minute phone call still counts as simple. Until a court says otherwise, that's the floor. And the rule that would have raised it was vacated on a technicality, 6 days early. They didn't break the law. They wrote the terms. So before you cancel anything, 3 moves. 1. Audit now. Open your phone's subscription list and 3 months of card statements, and kill anything you haven't touched in 30 days. 2. Before you ever accept an annual paid monthly plan, find the early termination fee and the refund window. Adobe's is 14 days, and screenshot it. 3. When you cancel, say the word cancel, decline every offer, and if they wall you off, dispute the charge with your card issuer. Rachel got out, not because the system let her, but because she stopped playing it by the rules they wrote. The real question is how much of that $133 is sitting on your statement right now, and which subscription you already know you forgot. Tell me in the comments.